welcome back to the Phantoms Fanatic YouTube channel. I am back with another review, and this review is of Knives Out, released in 2019, starring Ana de Armas, Daniel Craig, Chris Evans, Jamie Lee Curtis, Toni Collette, Michael Shannon, Ricky Lindholm, Christopher Plummer, Don Johnson, and Frank Oz. The story is that mystery novelist Harlan Thrombey has mysteriously committed suicide, but due to those mysterious circumstances around his rich, hateful family and his nurse, Marta Cabrera, a detective shows up, Benoit Blanc, who is here to solve the mystery, to try to figure out who the suspects are and who is the murderer, to uncover the truth behind Harlan Thrombey's death. Okay, I'm not gonna do that this entire fucking review. That would be a huge pain in my ass to do that voice this entire review. But obviously, this was also directed by Rian Johnson, the person who helmed, the Star Wars movie that everybody hates, but I personally like. But we'll forget about that for right now. I'm not going to talk about that. I definitely don't own that one on Blu-ray down there. But, yeah, so, obviously I'm reviewing this because Glass Onion came out last year, and, I'm going to be reviewing this movie so you guys can get my opinion on the first Knives Out. And I don't want to sound like I'm just agreeing with everybody else on the internet, but I still think this movie is so great. I remember when I first saw it, I really did enjoy it, and seeing it this time around, I still really enjoyed it. There are so many funny moments, there's so many clever moments of how Rian Johnson really changes up the murder mystery format and still tries to be meta and picking apart some cliches and not doing them, or making fun of some cliches like the overall suspects and everybody having a red herring in this rich family and everybody hating each other. But I feel like in this film, they don't over meta-ize itself. They don't over point out the cliches, because as I said last year when I reviewed See How They Run, I mentioned how I thought that film was being too clever and being a bit too in this movie. I think that it genuinely sets up a good, compelling mystery that on rewatch has so many little nuggets of setup and payoffs later on, and I absolutely love all of that. And the stylization, especially with the directing of when Benoit Blanc, who's an amazing character played by Daniel Craig, he is fully committed to that Southern foghorn leghorn type drawl, Knives Out, beaks bloody. He is amazing in this, and the fact that he's a British actor and he is somehow hiding that accent under a huge ass other accent. This is probably one of my favorite performances by him. I haven't seen all the Bond movies that he was in, but I've seen some of them, and he's alright in those, but I really do enjoy him as Benoit Blanc, and I can't wait to see more of him in Glass Onion. So, yeah, the directing and all of that I really do enjoy, because when he's interviewing the family members at the beginning, it cuts to their ideas of the party. We see other actions of the party, but how they see it, so then things are changed, so we get an idea of how all the different family members see things from their perspective comparatively to other people's perspective. That really plays out well in a scene. Probably one of the best scenes in the movie is when the family tries to make Marta feel like she's a part of them. They keep saying you're good to her and stuff like that. And there is a perfect scene that expertly captures the fucking hatred and problems they have with this person because they just see her as the help and shit like that. And especially because there's little things like they each keep saying she's from a different country. And Ana de Armas is actually really good as Marta Cabrera. I remember when I first saw this, I didn't think her acting was nothing special, but rewatching it, especially with the scenes him and her and Christopher Plummer acting off of each other, and especially a scene near the end where revelations are revealed about the death and stuff like that, her acting really does show off a lot of it. And All the cast in this are so entertaining. Don Johnson plays this like aloof asshole. And same thing with Michael Shannon. He has like a limp and he's also hilarious in this. Jamie Lee Curtis is also very good. I like how the colorization and the cinematography of the film really bring out a more stylized look, because a lot of the characters in this look very highlighted from color specific things, and I really do like that, how they each are highlighted by a color specific, and it's, you know, a very good stylization by Rian Johnson, and the score is very good. It's very string orchestra oriented, like it's, you know, a murder mystery film. Especially the opening shot has a lot of that type of style in it. But one of my favorite things about this is that Rian Johnson throws off the mystery genre and changes it to a different thing halfway through the film, which I really do enjoy. I like that aspect. But then he still brings it back around to still setting up a very good mystery with another character and how events play out in different ways. As Benoit Blanc says, it's a hole in a donut, and the stuff you did filled in that hole a little bit. But there's a hole in the donut. I love most of the dialogue in this, especially like Benoit Blanc's rambling on and stuff like that. Also, Christopher Plummer as Harlan Thrombey is so fucking good in this. I love what really makes me really enjoy his performance, and something that I realized on this watch is that Marta and him seem like genuine friends when they're just talking to each other privately, and I really do enjoy that. That's super entertaining, and how all the family members kind of treat her like shit, and Benoit Blanc points that out at one point, and I love all of that commentary and stuff like that, especially on rich assholes like them entitled and stuff like that, especially what happens later on in the film. They all throw hissy fits over a revelation they don't like. I really do enjoy that aspect of the film. It is really well done. And yeah, the only way that I can see people maybe not getting into the film, because I noticed this, that some people might not like the comedy and the dialogue being like over stylized and some things like that. And I can understand how some people may not get into the film that way. But in my personal opinion, the film is relatively entertaining, engaging, has really good characters, how they are kind of assholes, but that's why you like watching them. And especially with like Chris Evans' performance as this rich stuck-up guy, he's also hilarious. He has some just deadpan delivery lines that make me laugh my ass off in this. But yeah, most of these actors are doing a phenomenal job. I think Rian Johnson really did a good job with making something new into the mystery genre, but still telling a good mystery itself, and kind of picking holes at some other things, but for the most part staying true to the genre in total and setting up a good mystery with setups and payoffs. But as I said, some people may not get into the over stylization of the dialogue and the comedy like that, but I kind of just accepted that, because I was like, you know what, it's not that big of a deal to me. I got into it and I can see that. But the only way I can't is if you maybe watch the trailer and you get an idea of how this film plays out, like how the dialogue would play out scene from scene. I could see people not getting into this. And there's some stupid, goofy shit ever so often. Something that one character says that throws off the main character. That is a bit stupid, but it's fine. It's not a huge thing, especially because the film sets it up to be in its own heightened reality instead of real reality, which I really do like. But yeah, I definitely recommend Knives Out. I think Rian Johnson really did a fantastic job directing and writing for this film. This film has gotten so much praise and so many people have seen it that I'm just kind of repeating what other people say, but no, I really do enjoy it. The film is very entertaining, and I can't wait to see Glass Onion, which that review will be out later this week. But, yeah, so, hope you guys enjoyed. Please make sure to like, subscribe down below if you did enjoy. Make sure to share and favorite this with people. I always like to see the growth of the channel. If you have any other movies you want me to review, please leave those in the comment sections down below, and if you have any thoughts on the movie or the review, I always like to see those as well, so leave those in the comment section as well. And, yeah, Benoit Blanc will return in Glass Onion. Anyways, see ya.